Alright, Hutt Cartel, let's go. Wait. Can I just... Ladies and gentlemen of the Scribe Tribe, welcome back. It is Friday, and in today's episode of Galactically Challenged, we will be taking on some homicidal droids that really want to ruin your day. But fear not, it is the weekend, and RNG will be with you. Let's do this. Alrighty, so today's Galactic Challenge is on Endor against the droids, and we've got bonuses for the glorious Hutt Cartel. Hashtag the Hutt Cartel is superior to the Inquisitorius. You heard it here first. Let's do this. Okay, so it sucks. I'm not going to beat around the bush, guys. I restarted for about 20 minutes trying to get this to work, but hey, you'll maybe get it better than I will. So let's look at modifiers. We've got the part of the tribe modifier this time around, which is actually really useful. Gives everybody a unique ability called Rally the Tribe, and basically different units will be able to apply a effect based on the typing. As you can see, attackers will give defense penetration up for 2 turns, and all allies will assist, dealing 50% less damage. It's very, very useful. Healers and support will gain protection over time, and gain 30% turn meter. It's quite useful, but not the most useful. And tanks pass crit hit immunity and foresight for 2 turns, and they'll taunt for 2 turns. That one's really good as well. So super useful with Cassanton. So we've obviously got the amazing Hutt Cartel modifier here, which means so long as your main leader does not go below 100% health, none of the Hutt Cartel allies can die, which is so useful. So useful. And they've got a ridiculous protocol exterminate. They gain 30% offense, and whenever they score a critical hit, they inflict target lock for 2 turns. Whenever they damage an enemy with target lock, they recover 10% protection. It's annoying. So taking a look at the team there, they've got a red box. No, they have got Sortie lead with IG-11. They've got T3M4. They've got HK and Chopper. On the surface, you think, who cares? But there are some key things. Sortie will pass through her protocol ability, I believe. Basically gives the entire team 1 instant revive, which means we need to kill something and then kill them again. Very, very annoying, but it is entirely possible. So, feats, we need to win with a whole team of Hutt Cartel units. I was able to do this with just Gear 8 characters and Boba with Cad Bane at Relics. We need to win with 1 light side and dark side. If you're going with the Hutt Cartel team, you will have light side and dark side. They are most likely going to survive because, you know, if your leader's alive, nobody dies. And then we need to win with no tanks in your squads. So we're actually going to do 2 battles. Now, I completely understand if nobody wants to go through and do the RNG to try and get a red box here. If you're going that route, just go down to like tier 6 and walk this. Absolutely no problem. You can use the same approach that I did for my main battles. And not worry about RNG at the top tier. If, however, you do it at the top tier and you want to get the best rewards, it is entirely possible. I will show you my bounty hunters right now. Not bounty hunters, sorry, Hutt Cartel right now. This is the team that I ended up going with. It's Cad Bane, it's Boba Fett, and then I threw in the new Hutt Cartel marquees, Boushh Leia, Cassanton, and Lando. There is a Zeta on Boushh, but the others, as you can see, they're just 3-star, Gear 8, crappy mods. Now, I've modded Boba to be fast and potent, but honestly, you cannot get him fast enough to outspeed Sortie. It's just luck of the draw, guys. You're going to have to restart. But we're going to go over that right now. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. So this is my successful run here. I've shown you the team just now. What we want to do is we want to be able to have a turn where Sortie does not open up with her AoE. It's entirely possible. It'll happen like 1 in every 10. But once you got it, that's it. Start off by targeting down Sortie and using the ability block from Boba. That will stop her from using her card ability on the very first turn. After that, you want to look to get rid of taunts. Focus down one of the droids, either Chopper or T3, to try and trigger the first kill. So I'm trying to get all of my assists on Chopper right now. I'm actually using Lando's ability to dispel buffs and put it on Cad Bane because I need him to be nice and healthy and to be recovering all the time. So we could execute Chopper here, but it's actually better to keep it. Because we want to be able sure to be able to dispel debuffs on IG-11 when we get the opportunity. So I'm just blowing up Chopper here. Once he's gone once, I like to try and focus down T3M4. As long as they've got that deadly buff on them, we'll have Boosh Layer assisting putting thermal detonators. So the idea is to just go crazy. We're going to use the mass assist on Boba now, just to start throwing more and more debuffs on Chop. I used that to reduce the TM on Sortie, but really it didn't do a massive difference. So we're just looking to kill T3M4 as quickly as possible. I'm going for the execute here, I believe, because I want to try and reduce his hit points so that when the bombs go, no more T3. That is perfect. Once you're here, it's really not so bad. Honestly now, the next best target to go for is IG-11. IG-11 is normally incredibly tanky, but without Queel, he's actually a lot more manageable. So getting rid of IG-11 is the preference, but I believe I went for Chopper here, thinking it would be easier to kill him. Honestly, IG-11 provides so much healing to the team and gives them so much sustain, you are much better off going after him rather than Chopper. I know it sounds weird, but it is actually true. As you can see, I decided this time round to just focus in on Chopper, but honestly, if I'd have just gone straight for IG-11, they wouldn't have had as much sustain and we would have killed them quicker. Once they've lost T3, so they've lost the additional damage from the debuffs on the team, so Sortie is not going to be dealing nearly as much damage. It's still very important to try and control her where you can, though. So when you've got the opportunity, use Boba's AoE on her to get the 2-turn ability block. IG-11 can obviously cleanse that stuff, but keeping her controlled is still pretty important. I'm focusing down on Chopper here, but you can see how long he's lasting, how much he's surviving. So honestly, you're better off just going straight after IG-11. I go for the execute on IG-11, and then it's just a case of slowly chip away. Now look how little damage Sortie is actually doing now in that AoE. I've modded my Cad Bane to have lots of defense sets, health sets, some potency, and protection on everything. I think I actually went with a crit avoidance arrow, but I don't think it really materially makes a massive difference. When you use the event a special ability on Chrysanthemum, you are going to pass Foresight, which is great, but also crit hit immunity. Super useful for Cad Bane, obviously. And it also helps us avoid some of those AoEs. But look how long we've been focusing down on Chopper, and we're just dealing absolutely no damage. And yet, I still continue to chop away at him, as it were. Do we use the assist here? Yeah, when you get the opportunity to use that assist, when you've got a target that you want to hit, it is quite useful, because obviously you'll do the damage, but more importantly, you'll get Boosh Layer to start throwing down some of those additional thermal detonators, which do good damage. Here we go. I'm not sure why I went for Chop on that. I really should have targeted Sortie, but there we go. And that's the other thing. IG-11 will taunt like every other turn he takes, so it really is best to just deal with him so you don't have to worry about him. Don't do what I did, because you will spend a good 5 minutes just trying to kill the next character. You're fortunate enough, provided you keep your characters nice and healthy, that you are actually able to survive. See, that assist there on IG-11 did pretty good damage, truth be told, so I probably should have just focused him. I don't know why I bothered with the execute there. I think that was a bit of a wasted ability. And yeah, here we go. We're just plinking away. Every time you've got the ability to use that fourth special with Lando, do use it. We even managed to get a disarm off on Chopper. My Chrysanthemum is so weak, I had to think, what does that even do? I begin to notice that it's actually easier to take out IG-11 here, so I switched my focus finally to go after IG-11 and start putting in the damage on him. So here we go. Boop. Obviously, if you've got any better gear investments in your Skiff Guard Lando, you're going to have a much better time than I am at dealing damage. But for now, we will just keep on going. The only reason I'm using the execute here is because it'll deal damage. IG-11 is always cleansing his debuffs anyway, so you might as well use the execute when you get an opportunity to on him. And yeah, like I said, mass assist when you get the opportunity. Let's keep on going. Obviously, the shock is super useful as well, because that will stop any health recovery at the very least. And there's so much sustain in this team that you do have to really chip away, slowly but surely. As you can see, IG-11 is dying a lot quicker. He did obviously recover a lot of protection then, but he's got 5 thermal detonators on him right now, which will be very useful when it finally blows up, as it were. I go for the crit hit immunity here. I probably should have saved it for the extra assist there with Boosh Layer, but looks like we chose not to go for that option. IG-11 is so close to being out. Come on. We stripped the TM back just a little bit with Cad Bane. And Skiff Guard. Lando, you're going to get the kill? Let's go. Come on, Skiff Guard. I think we call him Boba Fett here for the damage. Nope, guess not. Guess we're going for the thermal detonators. There we go. So IG-11 is out of the picture now. If you get to this point, the game is won. Just be concerned about timing out. So I'm focusing down Chopper because he's so much easier to kill than Sortie is, and every less droid is a benefit to us. So just go absolutely ham on your Chopper. Whenever you get the opportunity, do a mass assist. So use one of your attackers to use the event special ability, either Boba, Skiff Guard Lando, or Boosh Leia. And just really pile in. Every time we're landing on exploding thermal detonators, Cad Bane is going to be recovering. So we don't have to worry too much about losing all of our protection. There we go. We've got Chopper out, and now is the fun part of trying to deal with Sortie. All of her bonus protection, especially when you do an AoE like that, you hit her VIP, which is HK-47. She's just going to be gaining bonus protection all the time. So I think the best way to do this is to actually not AoE. So don't use the AoEs, just focus down on her and hope that you land the shock from Casantan on his basic, and that will stop some of the recovery. You've obviously got the heal immunity from the rocket as well. But yeah, don't use that AoE. Try not to use any AoEs, either from Boba or from... we've got the disarm there, so she's lost a bunch of damage, which is great, and they're gaining additional damage over times. So yeah, try not to use an AoE once you've got down to just Sortie, because every time you're hitting the VIP, she's gaining a bunch of bonus protection as well. So just keep the focus on her, and slowly but surely you will eventually chew through. I know I'm telling you what to do, and then in the game I'm not doing it. It's because I wasn't properly reading the kits. I was understanding it as I was going through, essentially. I probably should have done the mass assist there and not thrown the grenade, but there we go. When you get the opportunity, use that mass assist. Cad Bane here is super, super useful. Not only can he stun her, but he can also pull back her turn meter, which is incredibly useful to us. You can see now that she's got the shock and the heal immunity. We're starting to wear through some of her protection at least. She throws her cards, and look, it did, what, like 30% of Cad Bane's protection? Not a problem at all. She's lost all of her protection now. She's got a bunch of thermal detonators on her. She's got shock, so we're looking good. I shouldn't have done that AoE, but there we go. And then let's call in Boba Fett here. Boba has obviously got a lot more damage to him. I didn't want to use the execute because I didn't want her to come out of stun. I wanted to try and build it up gradually, keep that shock, keep that ability block on her if I can. Mass assist, Sortie is nearly down. There we go, she's gone, and it's just HK left. And honestly, put it on auto. Put it on auto and you'll be absolutely fine. I'm completely aware that this takes a absolute metric boatload of RNG just to survive the opening move and then to try and focus down the two droid initially, but get rid of T3 and then go after IG-11 and you should be okay. Now, this same approach can absolutely be taken to one of the lower tiers if you just want to go for the tier 9 box, if you just want to go for the gold box. This same approach will work. It'll probably be so much easier. Just crack on. But that will get us basically every single feat. The only thing that we need to do outside of this now is to win without a tank, and there are a number of options that we can do to get that done. So let's go ahead and take a look at those. Well, it's just one quick moment. Like, subscribe, yeah? Do me a favour. So the first team that I'm going to be using here is going to be CLS. Now CLS is a fantastic high damaging team and does not use a tank unless you throw in Old Ben, which we're not going to do. So out the gate, just stun Sortie so she can't immediately throw her cards at you, and then as usual just go straight after T3M4. You should be able to completely plow through him incredibly quickly before they really get a chance to get going. I'm using the AoE here from Chupio. That's going to kill T3, so it gets rid of a bunch of their DPS, also gives us stacking 10% offense to our Chupio. And then I was really looking to control Sortie, but she manages to get off one, and we're absolutely fine. So we're looking good at the minute. I'm feeling good. IG-11 is about to die. He's out of the picture. We go for the stun on Sortie. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Take care of Chopper, and then it's in the home stretch already. Incredibly easy with CLS. You know, nothing to worry about here. I tried to land the buff immunity on HK there so he can't go into stealth, which is lovely. And we just get rid of him. Come on, go on. HK, there we go. No more VIP for you. Get rid of chopper, so it's just sortie, and then we can just go full auto, really. I don't know why I'm even manually playing this. It's really not a problem at this point, because sortie is just going to die. She does have pretty good DPS, but it's really not going to matter. You know, she's got all those debuffs on her, and she does not last at all. So that's one option. That's a very easy and straightforward method of getting the no tank feat, still using no GLs. I'll give you one other option that's just as easy, but requires a little bit more finesse. And that team is going to be a gas 5 first. You just take out your 5s and you throw in Shakti. I'm not a racist, guys. The other Togruta. You're throwing in young snips. Now, all you need to do is save your form up with Rex. Make sure that you save it for when gas drops. Focus down T3 because he is the primary target. Unfortunately, these revives will still work even though you're using gas 5 first. That's supposed to prevent revives. This revive cannot be prevented. The great thing about this is throwing in Echo gives us an extra opportunity to actually get stuns on the board. There's also, gas is incredibly chunky, and there's also so much damage. All your clones are obviously protected as long as gas is standing. It's super, super useful. Using the event special with someone like Snips, or with Arc, or with gas, leads to a mass assist, and you know how much damage a 5 first team can deal. Now, obviously, this team does have a bunch of relics on it, but a lot of people have got gas at this point, so I'm sure if you don't have CLS, you probably do have gas. As soon as gas sits down, all we want to do is use the form up with our boy Rex, and that will get us standing up very, very quickly. We've even got a Rexecute, Rexolate, Aerial Advantage, whatever you want to call it, insta-kill coming out of Rex as soon as he gets his turn to take out sortie. Boop, there you go, no more sortie. And yeah, easy as they come, ladies and gentlemen. So to get the red box is a little bit RNG dependent, a little bit iffy, a little bit tricky, but really to get the second best rewards, super, super quick, super, super easy. Cool. Alright guys, I hope this video was super, super nice for you, super useful. If it was, please do take a moment, hit that like button, subscribe to your boy Scribe, and until the next video, peace out.
Just giving a quick shout out to my patrons. I appreciate each and every single one of you, and without your support, I wouldn't be doing this today. Thanks so much.